Welcome back, everyone, to the Final Fantasy XIV experiment. I am the Onion Pope here as Sonja Side our side quest queen. We are going to be having quite the eventful day, going through every side quest that I can pick up in the newly entered Limsa Lominsa here on Hyperion. As you can see, in case anyone's not familiar, I did cover this a little bit on Ludwig, which is our MSQ character, but Limsa is the hub city for a lot of different data centers and world servers. So if you're looking to find people, you will find them on Limsa. Alright, so I'm going to start by going back toward Edelweiss, which might be this quest right here. Excuse me, miss, but might you have a moment or two to spare? You seem the type who enjoys being accosted for menial tasks. And I require someone to make a delivery to the dutiful sisters of the Edelweiss. I wouldn't be surprised if you hadn't heard of them. The sisters prefer not to advertise their presence here in Limsa Lominsa. They do, however, provide a rather unique service of which the Brugere Consortium has recently been the beneficiary. I would have you deliver this package to their doorman, Lawnward, along with our profuse gratitude. I can't talk today. Bango Zango! Wow, look at these guys. Sanchy Wanchy. Slash pet. Get her. Or you get one too, Riley Scrub slash pet. Oh my god, they're from Famfrit. I'm from Famfrit. Garguba. They're also from Famfrit. Famfrit. Okay. Alright. Let's get some more side quests. Ooh, Sweetnix. Psh, school. Sweetnix is a beauteous Garby and a crafty, smart trade maker. Sweetnix makes busy deal with Uplanders. Need deliver letter of Gate of Melvin, but Sweetnix has shiver shakes. Uplander walks to the Gate of Melvin for Sweetnix. Uplander delivers letters to Tax Lady Pataya. What the hell name was that? I would love to do that. Let's see what Swazblat wants us to do. You, misadventurer, I have work for you. I would have you pose as a customer and survey the market's current prices. Surely I did not see you balk at so simple a task. All you need to do is strike up a conversation with the shop owners and glance over their wares. There are 3 merchants that interest me. Iron Thunder, qiqirns, and Sine Hill. Write down all you see on this price list and hand it to Bane Singh on West Hawker's Alley. He shall reward you for your service. It looks like Iron Thunder is right here. Well met, lass. Cast your peepers over these beauties. Not a spot of rust to be found. Every piece fresh from the forges of Naldic and Vimelis. Okay, great. God, I love Lalafels. They're just so cute. Tent. I love your outfit. She looks so cute. Okay. Dodozan. Oh dear, my cascavale is gone, and it had to be the one ordered by someone who doesn't broke tardiness. I would bring the matter to the maelstrom, or perhaps seek help from the Yellow Jackets, but my client would likely frown on involving anyone official. An adventurer such as yourself, though, would be capable of doing a little unofficial investigating. Will you find the stolen nail for me? It was right outside Fisherman's Bottom. Someone surely saw something. What's that? You would have the client's name? Oh, none of that. Discretion creates opportunities. Now, do go to Fisherman's Bottom and make inquiries before this bloody cold of mine grows worse. Ooh, Ooh, look at this woman. She has like a tail. This is what happens when you go to Limsa. By the way, you just look at people and you forget what you're doing. qiqirn. qiqirn. A qiqirn. Hello. Hi. I think that legally, I think we're married now. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. I'm gonna get a little closer and I'm gonna hug you again. And then we're gonna take a thumbnail for my YouTube video because I love you, qiqirn. This is the payoff. This is the payoff of every single... No. She won't kneel down in the picture? There's no way. Okay, fine. Sit. Sit down then. Alright. I've taken a couple of pictures. I wish I could have gotten a good hug on him. Oh, qiqirn. Okay. qiqirn welcome customer. qiqirn loves his lovely trade. qiqirn's goods are goodly made. Oh, okay. Alright, good talk, bud. Did I attune to the aetheryte? This is what happens when you're in Limsa. You just don't know what you're looking at anymore. Oh my god, I didn't even attune to the aetheryte. That would have been embarrassing. Alright, Cinny Hill. A fine morning to you, miss. What can I interest you in? Why, you seem interested in most everything, don't you? Is this another one of those investigations? Well, I have nothing to hide. You're the one what made the list for Swazblit? Let's have at it, then. Nothing wrong with the market as far as I can tell. You oft-times get pirates selling stolen goods at cutthroat prices, and that drives the numbers down across Hawker's Alley. Thanks to these reports, though, we can tell at a glance when shady dealings are taking place. Good work, lass. I will take that, thank you kindly. We'll continue our walk. Did you guys ever watch, oh my god, Silly Billy? My Lalafell is named Dilly Billy. Centel. My alt is a Lala named Dilly Billy. How cute are they? Sillier than Billy. I love that. Sweet. I got completely sidetracked. Now I'm attuning to this aetheryte. But yeah, so this Lalafell is called Silly Billy, and my main character is Dilly Billy, so I had to tell him. But, we are back with our qiqirn friend here. And, we're in the Arcanist Guild. I'm so happy! That was so cute. Okay, so what I was gonna say, I'll actually tell you after this dialogue. Jesus. Where's Sweetnix with those import records? Without proper documentation, I'm afraid we'll have to expel him from the city. Why, these are Sweetnix's records. Glad I am to see they were submitted in time. Honestly, you'd think that goblin would have lost his sphere of our offices by now. Every month he has to submit these papers, and every month his tardiness forces me to consider his removal. As long as one follows proper procedure, Limsa Lominsa is quite welcoming of foreign traders. Pray convey these words to Sweetnix. Perhaps it will aid in soothing the poor goblin's fears. Oh, and she has another quest for me. Here at Melvin's Gate, we inspect all the goods that are imported into Limsa Lominsa and collect duty as the law requires. Some merchants, however, seek to evade this obligation, and we must chase them down. I would be grateful if you could deliver these 2 ledgers, one to a man named Sonja, whom you'll find at the Octon, and the other to a woman named Letitia, who works at the Bismarck. If you're uncertain as to the whereabouts of the Bismarck, ask Sonja when you meet him, and he'll point you in the right direction. Alright, that was great. I had a lot of fun with that. So anyway, what I was gonna say was that if anyone watched the show The Dead Files, where it's like a psychic medium and a New York City homicide detective work together on ghost hunting cases. The whole reason I brought it up is because I was like, I'm gonna continue my walk. And that's what Amy calls it when that's the psychic, when she, like, goes through the houses in the game, when she goes through the houses in the show to, like, learn more about the ghosts inside or whatever, she's like, I continue my walk. When I was doing my walk, I found, like, that type of thing. Alright, we're down by the Fisherman's Guild. Big man is here by the Fisherman's Guild, dressed as Tidus from Final Fantasy X. A small-boned cellar. Did I see someone walk off with a cask of ale? Why, sure, it was during the afternoon offloading. Fella didn't look like a thief, though. Hoisted the cask and walked right on over to the Astalicia. After a cask? Well, can't rightly say it's your cask, but there was a big fella come by recently carrying one. He asked me if I had smoked Mackies, which would go down nice with ale. It ain't the only thing I know either. The louse wore black, and you know what that means. The bloody executioners. Oh my god, Cece Poo has a quest for me? I love Cece Poo. She's one of my favorite NPCs. Ooh, get back in the water. There you go. The calamity really knocked the wind out of the fishing industry's sails, but fisherfolk are starting to return to the seas once more. It's past time I did the same. But before I can put out to sea again, I need to have a new boat built. Our guild has always commissioned Naldic and Vimelis for its crafts, but they are beastly busy these days. If you want something to do, mayhap you could run over to the Armorers Guild and consult with Forge Master Nanza in my stead. I would know how long we might expect to have to wait. Alright, and it looks like we have someone else to talk to right down here. Looking for Dodazon's cask of ale, eh? I'll help you. Dodazon ain't a bad sort for Swivin trader. There was a toper come asking at Toper? Wanted to know if it was ale, the poxy fool. I don't know what any of those words meant. Oh, here we go for, this is lawn word for Edelweiss. I'm so good at reading today. Aye, this is the dutiful sisters of the Edelweiss, a house of deep reflection and meditation. So unless you've proper business with us, you can kindly bugger off. What's this then? A parcel from the Brigadier Consortium, yes? Let's have a peek inside. Ooh, walnut bread and ginger cookies, and a few of 'em Bismarck finger sandwiches, too. Them consortium coals know the right way to show appreciation. Some of the sisters have unholy appetites, so I'd best save a few bites for myself before I take this inside. You let Janasim know we're always here, should her boss have need of us again. Apologies. This might be the job. Hold on. Yeah, that's what you want to be, a rogue. I don't want that. So I'm gonna go over here toward... Am I recording? Oh my god, yes I am. Okay, alright, we're good, we're good. I'm gonna go up toward the boat. Sorry, the ship at the dock. Definitely not a boat. It's definitely a ship. That's not a boat. Okay, so it's not on that level at all. It's on the top deck. Oh, yes, I know what we're doing. What are you looking at? This is dance duel. A dance duel. Much more important than anything you got. Much more. You may be able to scamper up the rigging to the crow's nest, but can you get down? Not for a siren's teat, you great clodhopper. Begging pardon, Captain, but there's no Makoti alive heavier on our feet than a great galoot and rugadin such as yourself. Ha! Well shaken, and well retarded, you bloody sunseeker, or was you a moonkeeper? What other lands they got there? Ah, who even cares, am I right? Who are you, anyway? There's a whole passel of you before, but now there's only one. It's a miser trick, it is. Oh, no, nothing worse than a miser. There's horse on what was a madrigal, or admiral. What was his name? He didn't like, drinking or dancing bad for corals? Corals? That can't be right. Corals! Of course, you're right there, lassie. You should never doubt myself. Anyways, this is Madrigal. I'll call him Madrigal Pinchfist. Past decrees like they was farts, he decreed. No dancing within a hand's reach of spirits. But no Madrigal smarter than a sailing man. We just stopped to reach them with our hands altogether. We've invented step dancing. That showed Madrigal Pinchfist and his corals. Yeah, that's right, lassie gets me all fired up too. Makes you think. Like, oh, I know, you want to dance. All this time I just thought you was being childish, but... No, I insist. Dance first, talk later. That's the way of it. Excellent. I got another dance unlocked for her. Lazy sea fox, dancing like sailing folk you do. Could swear there was 3 of you, or was I just... Never mind. You're practically a sister now. You ask me anything. A cask of Doderson's ale? Oh, I carried it off from Fisherman's Bottom myself, I did. Had to, matter of fact. We'd already drunk all we had aboard. 'Cause Doderson's getting paid for it someday. Don't make a difference if he frets a night or two. Why, you reprobate, Horson, that's the tail, that's the... Jesus, that's the tail of the cask you lugged in. Blackguard, you dare call yourself a bloody executioner? I'll hugger-mugger about what belongs to who. Dodison has the cods not to mule about the colors we wear, and you play him for a fool? I'm sorry, Captain. I wasn't thinking through. God's to fix that, I do. It's just that's what they call core feeling. Adventurer. I beg pardon for my man. I swear Limlane mistook him for an oyster and gave him grit for brains when she made him. Since you're already here, how about you square our account with Dodazan? Take this payment to him. We'd be much obliged. You danced with us and all, so I'm trusting the guild won't inspire any moral failings in you. That's some long keel on the Ostalesia, if you take my meaning. I do like that it started raining when things got bad for that guy. That was cute. So I've unlocked dance, or ball dance, or step dance, rather than, whatever I was talking about. I've, unlocked step dance for Sonja, so that's cool. Now it's time for us to have a snack. No, now it's time for some turn-ins. And then we'll head up to the upper decks of Limsa, where it looks like we have some turn-ins as well. These are all relatively low-level quests from what I remember, so they won't be doing that much to benefit us here. Let's talk to Dotazan. There you are! Not a moment too soon! Did you find my ale? Huh. Well, that's the price I was to receive, but where'd you get it? Oh, from the from the clients themselves? I see. Yes, there's always some blush for a young fellow like that. Hasn't earned his swallows or stars yet, I'll wager. Cods, you say? Captain Monskid is kind to say so, I'm sure, but I hail from Oldama. We trade with anyone if they've got gil to pay. Pirates, princes, they're all the same to me. If I know these particular pirates, and I do, you'll be wanting another cask soon to drink away with this little fracas. Many thanks, adventurer. Alright, I have unlocked Step Dance. Very cute, very cute. Alright, so everything from over here is done, so I will head toward proper procedure. What accent am I doing? Uplander delivered... What am I doing anymore? I don't know how to read for this. Uplander delivered letter to Gate Melvin? Uplander has wide heart and swift legs. Tax Lady Pataya has kind words for Sweetnix. Sweetnix has outflow of joy for Tax Lady Pataya. Sweetnix's happy gobby gives Uplander tingly shine. Thank you, Sweetnix. I love you so much. Alright, let's turn in Edelweiss. You've delivered the package as requested. Very good. I shall pass on the sister's sentiments to my superior. What manner of services do the dutiful sisters provide? Continue your stay in Limsa Lominsa, and you'll likely find out soon enough. In fact, if you're confident in your abilities and comfortable with the unconventional, you might wish to approach them yourself. Great. Let's talk to Sundamal here. A ledger from Melvin's Gate, you say? Yet more outstanding duty payments. When will those merchants ever learn? Very well, if I catch sight of any offenders, I'll drag them to the gate, kicking and screaming if needs be. One more ledger bound for the Bismarck, you say? Follow this path to the upper decks and you'll find the place. Alright, and we are on the upper decks. We have some more side quests to pick up and turn in up here. Ooh, let me grab this Culinarian's Guild Aethernet. Beg your pardons, good madam, but you are an adventurer, are you not? I realize this is sudden, but we're urgently in need of restocking our larders. We're in the midst of preparing a full-course meal for soon-arriving guests, but I fear we're short on fresh lamb for the main course. I would be grateful if you could procure 4 slices for us. I dare say it would be quickest to obtain these directly from the source. Wild lambs? In case you're unfamiliar with the creatures, I suggest you speak with Adelfar, a sentry stationed in Bulwark Hall, just below the Drowning Wench. Okay, I can talk to Letitia here. Tax evaders among our patrons, you say? Goodness me. I dare say this may well put an end to their appetite, but this is in the best interests of the city-state. If any of the merchants named in this ledger come to dine with us, I'll see that Melvin's Gate is notified without delay. Oh, she's got something for me. We spare no effort to ensure that all our patrons enjoy the finest food and hospitality, and so it is doubly hurtful when someone decides to leave without settling the bill. Nary a Belago, our first-time patron, did just that. Rasushmo is the one who lovingly prepared the man's meal. She's quite upset by the whole affair, and has taken upon herself to draw an illustration of the offender. Might I trouble you to deliver it to the Yellow Jackets on our behalf? Rasushmo should be done adding the finishing touches by now. Oh, it's inside of the building? Is she up here? Oh, yeah, she is. I poured my heart and soul into that girl, Dodo. If I ever get my hands on that scoundrel, I'll grind his bones to make my bread. Here it is, my rendition of the criminal. Please deliver it to Godbert at the Coral Tower. He'll know what to do. You want for coin, venture? How'd you fancy working for the Kraken's Arms, one of the greatest pirating crews in Limsa? If you're interested, take yourself up these here steps to the balcony above, talk to Carvelan, our captain. Do right by him, and he'll do right by you. I can take a detour for that. Greetings, friend. Welcome to the 7th Stage, purveyors of the finest spices from the East. All of our products are guaranteed obtained through completely legal means. Oh, you do not seek spices but employment? Well then, let us speak of how you might be of service to our organization. Our Misery returned from her latest voyage bearing exotic spices, never before seen in Eorzea. I have paired 2 samplers, each of which I would have you deliver to certain individuals. The first is for Junaid, who you'll find at the Coral Tower. The second is from Master Limsa, the head chef at the Bismarck. And do make certain the right person gets the right set. Go now and return here once you've accomplished the task. Okay, we will continue to head up toward the Coral Tower. I'm going to tune to this Aetheryte as well. Alright. Welcome to the headquarters of the Yellow Jackets, the keepers of the peace in Limsa Lominsa. Is there aught I can assist you with? A sample of spice, courtesy of the 7th Stage, you say? There is no mistake. This is fire sand, and the kind used by the Garleans besides. Quite intriguing. Very well, we'll consider placing an order. Oh, you thought you'd brought me spice? I see you're not familiar with Carvelanisms. For the sake of convenience, he uses the word spice to refer to literally anything he's procured on the high seas. Lest you worry, the man isn't engaged in any activity that is considered piracy. Far from it. Think of him as a trader, a heavily armed one, who represents Lominsan interests in eastern lands. An alarming number of citizens have gone missing as of late, though. I suspect you've already heard the rumors. It's essential that we ascertain their safety. To this end, I have prepared a list based on reports from our citizens. Would you be so kind as to deliver it to my colleague in Bulwark Hall? Nedelica is her name. My thanks in advance, friend. A bilker at the Bismarck, you say? You have an artist's rendition of the man. What in the Seven Hills is this supposed to be? Looks more like the prow of a ship than a man's face. Look, we'd like nothing more to bring the offender to justice. It's our duty, after all. However, we'll need a little bit more to go on than this piece of art. It would be easiest for all involved if Sushma were to come here and answer some questions. Please relay to her as much. So we'll head back down toward the Culinarians Guild. So here's Rasushmo. So you've spoken with Godbert? Within the bell, the Yellow Jackets will have that swindling scoundrel locked in a dungeon cell, and then I'll take my filleting knife and... Huh? Godbert wants me to go to the Coral Tower for questioning? But what more information does he want that my drawing doesn't already provide? Isn't a picture supposed to paint 1,000 words? A new sample from the Seventh Sage? Alright, let's have a whiff of it then. It smelled nothing like it before. The note it came with says it's a root that grows on Authard. Last I heard, Authard was under Imperial rule. How in the Seven Hells did Carvalane manage to get a hold of this? Any road, I reckon I can cook up something fresh and new with it. Thanks for the delivery, friend. And we'll go talk to Carvalane there. It is raining in Limsa today. Welcome back. It would seem both samples were rather well received, and this is in no small part due to our affable courier. 'Tis unfortunate, but notoriety accumulated over the course of years does not fade overnight. There are many still who are hesitant to do business with savage pirates, yet the old days of piracy have passed, giving way to a new wave of opportunity. My crew and I have decided to embrace this wave. With the Admiral's blessing, we engage in a form of trade with Garlean ships. Everything we do, you may rest assured, is within the law. That's interesting. I wish we knew more about Carvalane. Okay, so we've made it to the Drowning Wench, which is good. It's showing our progress. Our friend Ludwig has stood right here and talked to Baderon before. Let me get this last aetherite. And this should unlock all of the Aethernet travel within Limsa? Yep, you've attuned yourself to all the Aethernet shards in Limsa Lominsa. The Zephyr Gate, Tempest Gate, and the airship landing are now accessible as Aethernet destinations. Awesome, so we're going to head down here toward this side quest and that turn in there. If you're looking for a place to wet your whistle, Scrag, I'd advise you turn tail and run. Captain Roswin's in no mood to be entertaining customers this eve, and even when she is, she ain't particularly good at it. The wool may be dealing with customers the sort of what might shake her from her doldrums. But if you mean to venture inside the missing member, you best remember to pay your proper respects to the captain, lest you be afraid of going missing. Kneeling afore her would be a great start. Okay, so I will click on her, and then I'll do a straight up /Neil. And then, because I have her selected, it should pop up automatically with her dialogue. Oh, so she knows her place? Good. If only the qiqirns had the same sense of propriety. Bastards keep. Season every Garlean ship before we take a crack at 'em. It's a sorry state of affairs when your crew's reduced to preying on the leavings of that mangy bunch of man-boys. My younger self would be right disappointed to see how far we've fallen. Then you want to show Roswin that you are /disappointed. This is one of my favorite emotes on Lala. It's so dramatic. Oh, it's even more dramatic on Hrothgar. What the heck? That's awesome. Huh. So you do know something of my pain, but your sympathy ain't worth more than a pint of piss. It's well and good that we got the Admiral's permission to capture Garlean ships, but what's the use if they keep getting beat to your prey? We built our reputation reeving right off the coast of Vilbrand, not sailing a dozen moms into the sea. The few Imperial dogs found in Limsan territory tend to get snatched by qiqirns hunting in open waters. I rallied my crew's spirits when I said we were reviving the old ways, but after all our struggles, they seemed resigned to letting those bastards have all the fun. So we're going to /rally her spirits. Huh? You trying to make light of my dilemma? Don't push your luck, Scrag, or I'll gut you with a hook like a regular pirate. Wait, that's it. We're pirates, so we should think like pirates. Bugger keeping Lominsan waters safe will bring supply shipments to the Garlean outposts along the coast of Oldenard. Aha, it's so simple. I don't know why I didn't think of this before. Thank you for sharing your unintended inspiration, Scrag. To think I almost had you fed to the sharks. Good for us. Alright, I'll take it, I'll take it. I gather your meeting with the captain went well? I could hear her cackling all the way out here. Well, whatever you did, thank you for doing it. Last thing we needed was her going on another rampage, ruining deck swabs and leaving us with less meat. It ain't easy playing by the Admiral's rules, but if anyone can find a way, Captain Roswin can. Leans into microphone. Taint. Oh my god. Oh, little delivery moogle. Okay. Let's go this way. Do I have any dye on me? I do. Let me turn it in. So something new in the game since I've started playing is we had an update that consolidated all of our dyes into standard spectrum dye. So the best way to convert your dyes over, it's free, so you'll find a Calamity salvager, such as the one here in the aft castle, go all the way down to dye exchange, and any dye that's in your inventory, so not in your chocobo saddlebag or on your retainers or whatever, but directly in your inventory, can get traded in for your dye items. So, for example, I got 12 pots of standard spectrum dye, so now, if I were to go attempt to dye my gear, I can go in here and I can choose any color gear to dye my stuff that is part of that original collection of dyes. So it's a little bit cheaper, a little bit simpler to use the dye system now, and there's a lot less bulk that you're carrying in your inventory. A new boat for the Fisherman's Guild? I'm afraid now isn't the best time. You see, we've recently taken on a commission for a galleon. This task alone has all our hands full. But look, I'll see what I can do. The Fisherman's Guild has long been one of our best clients, and I would be loath to disappoint Cece Poo. It may yet take a while, but I shall endeavor to have her boat ready in a timely fashion. Oh, and she's got a side quest for me here. Are you in need of some trifling task to pass the time? Then I have just the job for you. Baderon is offering a reward to any adventurer who slays at least 5 wharf rats. There's no shortage of the pests lurking outside the Tempest Gate, so you should hurry and take advantage of this opportunity. Alright, so all of the quests left on the map are job quests, so I will look at what's in my journal. And then, Bulwark Hall, so that's here in Limsa. That is down also in Bulwark Hall, and then that is all the way over outside of this gate. Actually, well, if I do that, I'm going to have to pick up all those quests down there. So let me finish up what's here by going down the lift, and then we'll head over to Eastern Lenosha. Maybe I should drop some stuff off. Oh, but I don't have glamour prisms. Can I use the market board? Is anybody watching these videos? Hey. If you're watching this, video, can I use the market board? Let me know in the comments, please. I'm gonna go down to Bulwark Hall and continue. But yeah, if I can use the market board, I'll get more glamour prisms, and then I'll make sure that Sonja has fabulous outfits. Alright, Ablafar. The Bismarck wants fresh lamb, does it? Gods, I could do with a slice myself, fresh off the grill and dripping in its own juices. Sorry, friend, I haven't had a single bite to eat since my last shift. Any road, you can get lamb easily enough by hunting the lambs that graze outside the city. Go through Zephyr Gate and follow the path east and south for a bit. You'll run into the fluffy and tasty critters before long. Points in the opposite direction. Thank you. Alright, let's see what Nedelica has for us. Welcome to Limsa Lominsa. If there's aught you'd like to know, feel free to... Huh? You got something for me, you say? A missing persons list? I'm not sure I follow. Thanks for bringing the list. I'll be sure to memorize these names. If any of the missing persons reappear, you can count on me to spot them. Most folk enter the city via Zephyr Drift, which means they must pass through Bulwark Hall. That's why I'm on constant watch here and under cover, so as to keep an eye out for suspicious activity. I've been doing this for so long, I've become a pretty good judge of character. If there's shady characters sulking about, you can rest assured I can pick them out. And it looks like Natanmo has something for me. Sounds like you're already in the Yellow Jacket's good graces. You truly are a model adventurer, a paragon among your fellows. Do you think you could do me a favor? You see, I'm supposed to go and fill up all the street lamps with oil so that they'll stay lit throughout the night. But thanks to this business of missing people, I can't simply up and leave my post. If you could tend to the street lamps in my stead, I'd be eternally grateful. Oh, and when you're finished, please fetch more oil from Cece Poo and the Fisherman's Guild. We're running low here, and she has care of our stores. Okay, so I'm going to go do that. So we have put all of the oil into the street lamps. Just need to talk to Cece Poo real quick. You're doing what? Ugh, what am I to do with that girl? She has the nerve to ask me for work, twaddle and tripe about her savings, only to foist it on the first adventurer that comes along. Being young and pretty does not give you license to shirk responsibility. I shall get her oil all right, and a piece of my mind to boot. Ooh, achievement. Storyteller 3, 20 points. That's a good achievement. We've done a lot of side quests, folks. I believe that's another side quest. Yeah, complete 100 unique quests. Good for us. Alright, so we need to find wharf rats and lost lambs. I believe those are in 2 different gates, but I'm gonna jump over to... Oh, man. I'm gonna go to Middle Lenosha first. Oh, but we're gonna get all the quests from up here, too. I don't want to do either of these. No, we're gonna go to Middle Lenosha first. Alrighty. Oh yeah, and look at all those wharf rats. Because, like, wharf rat is, like, derogatory. You know, like, oh, a wharf rat, like, it's just a wharf rat. Versus, like, lost lamb, that sounds terrible. Like, those guys are just scared little lambs over there, and you're like, oh, let me kill a couple. Alright, let me go get the rest of the side quests on this map as well, and get the attunement over at Summerford. Oh, and I managed to complete both of those quests without having to go down to the Tempest Gate, which is very good for me, because that means I can procrastinate on walking the entirety of Lower Lenosha, because you can't tell right now, but this is massive, and it's really, like, uppy-downy, and it's really hard to, not hard, but it takes a while to walk through. You guys did it with Ludwig, but there's even more walking back and forth when you accept all the side quests and stuff, so it can get a little tiring. Just look how many, they're like swarming people over here. Guys, chill out. God. Whoa. I accidentally hit auto run. There we go. Some success. I got 350 experience from doing that. Fates can be a really good source of experience, especially early in the game. Summerford Farms bears the charge of the Admiral's Settlement Initiative. We're rewarded handsomely to brave new frontiers, yet if we fail to fulfill our part of the bargain, the grant will be withdrawn. In spite of this, the washed-up pirates elect to laze their days away. There is still time. We need only clear away the rocks and debris for the area to deem settled. If you're willing to help, you'll find a shovel on that hut. If you're willing to help, you'll find a shovel outside that hut on the hillside. Let me grab a shovel here. And then there are just some rocks I need to, badonk. Some rocks I need to badonk. Oh, I can unlock the Chocobo Keep as well. You've certainly proven you're not one to let obstacles stand in your path. If only these supposedly pioneering pirates were half as industrious as you. Expanding borders is all well and good, but the Admiral ought to know rugged frontiers can't be settled by layabouts. Okay, we have one more quest to grab, it looks like, out here in where am I? Middle Lenosha? I am in Middle Lenosha, so I'm going to grab that out to dry. And then we have some turn-ins back in the city. Hey, not again! The leather's ripped to bloody shreds! Huh? No, there's not a ride with my britches, you cheeky sod. It's the megalocrabs. They've been at the balloon envelopes I left out to dry on the rocks. Those hell-spawned snippers think they've found a squid or something and set to nibbling. Less balloons in the air means less cargo getting lifted, and that don't sit too well with me. You looking for a quick job? How about you crack a few shells before you head off on your way? If you could put down 5 or so of the buggers, that ought to do for now. So I have to slay 5 megalocrabs. Which is no problem at all. Something I do want to call out while I'm standing here. This is a wesp. So anything that looks like a bee, or has the name bee, or anything that looks like this, will kill you. So they have a move, if you're in combat for long enough, called Final Sting. And that move does so much damage as non-tank that you will die immediately. There is a chance sometimes that tanks will live through the damage, but everybody else will definitely die, and most of the time tanks will die as well. So whenever you see those aggroed to you, or in a group of mobs you have some sort of wesp or bee that's part of it, definitely target those down first, as those will kill you without any type of regard. Take care of them, Snippers. Good bloody riddance. Nice work there, lass. Still, it won't be long before new crew of crabs come sliding in to claim that territory, and our loads just keep getting heavier, what with all the rebuilding going on. If I don't want to be buried under a mountain of crates, I'd best think of a more lasting solution to this snipper problem. Alright, and that covers all the side quests in the Summerford area as well. Just in case we want to do that too. Back. Okay. So now we will go ahead and do teleport all the way back to Limsa Lominsa, which is 145 gil, not that expensive. So we'll just go right back to Limsa, and then we'll turn in our stuff with Baderon and such. Alright, so doing one last map check. I don't see any other side quests down here in the lower decks. I do hear Lalafels laughing, which is always my favorite thing to hear. Armpit liquor. Oh, she doesn't have an adventurer plate. She should. She should. Alright, that right there is MSQ, so we're going to hold off on that. We're going to head up to the Drowning Wench. Baderon, my old friend. Ah, so you slew a few rats. Good on you, lass. This bloke comes through the other day and plops this huge sack the size of a bleeding gooboo on the counter, saying any man what slays rats can have something from within. When I inquires as to why, all he says is the damn noise they make when they scurrying about is driving him insane. You ask me, though, he was already a bit touched. Something tells me the poor lad'll never find peace. So both of these are way underleveled, so I'm going to take my 4 pieces of tin. That was talking to Baderon there, and then I have the Culinarians Guild there. Have you had any luck obtaining the fresh lamb? Please hurry, the guests are arriving any moment now. 4 slices of fresh lamb and right in the nick of time. Thank you ever so much. 'Tis times like this I feel fulfilled in my role. I used to be a chef myself, you see, but my skills weren't quite up to par, so when the Bismarck expanded operations, I was asked to be made a provisioner instead. This way, I can still be part of the business in spite of my shortcomings. Those both don't work for me, so I'm going to take the gill sack to trade in. And that finalizes all of our side quests in upper decks. So I'm going to head down and present Raubon's missive there at Bulwark Hall. That is right here with Xanthale. Greetings, madam, and welcome to our fair city. If you would permit me to examine the seal on the missive you carry. Yes, everything seems to be in order. My apologies, we cannot afford to be complacent, you understand? Please, step this way.
Enter. So the silver-tongued merchants send an adventurer to speak for them. It appears the Uldans place great faith in you. This way. I bid you welcome. I am Merlwyb, Admiral of Limsa Lominsa, and Commander of the Maelstrom. Now, what news from Thanalan?
Memorial service to honor the fallen? Seven hells! Has it been 5 years? 5 years since the Garlean Empire sought to wrest Eorzea from our grasp. It was in answer to the imperial threat that the city-states formed the Grand Companies and forged the Eorzean alliance anew. But Garlemald was not content to wager all on a simple contest of martial might. They had other plans, the Meteor Project. Legatus Nail Van Darnus, hells take him, intended to cleanse our realm by snatching the lesser moon Dalamud from the heavens and casting it down upon our heads. Desperate to prevent this lunatic scheme, we marched our forces to the Cartano Flats, and there met the 7th Imperial Legion in battle. Never have I seen a fight like the Battle of Cartano, and I have seen full many. But though we gave no quarter, spared not one ounce of effort, we could not prevent what followed. From inside the shell of Dalamud came a winged nightmare, a dragon the size of a bloody city. 'Twas the elder primal Bahamut, bent on making an 8th hell of Eorzea. In the space of a breath, the legions of the Empire were set aflame, while our own armies fared little better. 'Twas as if the whole world was burning. Words cannot well describe the scene. And yet, by some miracle, a few among us were spared. Even as I steeled myself for death, a blinding white light enveloped me, robbing me of my senses. When I regained them, the dragon was gone, and the still smoldering land was warped beyond all knowing. Were Archon Louis still with us, he would doubtless shed some light on these unfathomable happenings. Alas, he is not, and I fear we will want for his wisdom in the days to come. For while our nations struggled to recover from the devastation, the beast-men called forth their damned primals to torment us anew. Unless we put aside our differences and rebuild now, our foes will catch us unprepared. And I speak not only of the beastmen. Do not imagine that the Empire has forsaken its claim on Eorzea. The Imperials crowd our borders, waiting to strike. Damn it all, we need champions to replace those we lost. But such thoughts are worse than worthless. Time is short, and none will save us. Save ourselves. It is the duty of every soul who survived the calamity to work together for the good of Eorzea, and this memorial service may be the very thing to unite us. Aye, Rauban has the right of it. I accept his proposal. Your duty is done here, adventurer. I will see to it that the Flame General receives my reply. You travel next to Gridania, yes? Pray give my regards to the elder Seed Seer. Oh, and tell her the wolf has been sniffing around the stables. A private jest, and one in poor taste, but I would have you tell it all the same. Fare you well, Sonja. May the navigator guide you on your journey. Nice. That wasn't bad at all. Alright, it doesn't look like we have any additional side quests on the map here, so I am going to head down to the airship landing where we will end our episode, getting ready to head over to Gridania. Alright, we'll wait right here by the airship ticketer for our next episode. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me today. It has been awesome running through some side quests in Limsa Lominsa with you all. We, again, are making good progress with Sonja, and I hope to catch up to the MSQ as soon as we can. We're not too far behind. If you have anything that you'd like to shout out, especially about the market board usage, please leave it in the comments, like, subscribe, share the videos, and so on and so forth. Thank you all for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!